when the morning light hits Maine. Start your day with a good morning, Maine. Craig Colson, Janessa Bishop by your side, bringing the stories that matter statewide. Local news and the forecast ahead. Wake up informed, ready to go on ABC 7 and Fox 22.
You're watching Fox 22, WFVX, Bangor. Now, your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Thank you for joining us on this Saturday night. For Fox 22 News at 10, I'm Doug Banks. First tonight, a fire severely damaged a Trenton Inn this morning. According to the Trenton Fire Department, crews were dispatched just before 3 a.m. for a fully developed fire. Co-manager Kristen Coombs says it affected one of the main buildings of the inn where 2 individuals were staying. Those individuals were unharmed and moved to a different location on the property. Coombs says they had a dumpster fire at the inn just days prior. The fire marshal's office is currently investigating the incident.
I don't know if timing's really good to have your inn burned down. It's 200 years old. It's the oldest property in Trenton. It's been very sentimental to us. This main inn has been the heartbeat of our property, so just having it go down right before the busy season is definitely a challenge.
She adds that the inn often allows people to stay in situations such as widespread power outages, and she hopes the community will step in with additional support while the inn rebuilds. An arrest was made on Friday in connection to a fire at a convenience store in Howland that occurred 3 years ago. A Penobscot County grand jury indicted 39-year-old Samantha Randall of Howland on arson charges in connection with the fire. According to the Department of Public Safety, back in November of 2022, firefighters responded to a reported structure fire at the Howland's Corner store. First responders confronted active fire conditions and signs of, quote, rapid fire development shortly after the store had closed on that Wednesday evening. Authorities say the investigation remains ongoing and additional arrests or charges are expected. There were a total of 19 fatal work injuries in Maine in 2024, according to a report by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. That number is 8 less from the year prior. The report also says transportation incidents were the most frequent type of fatal event, accounting for 47% of Maine's fatal work injuries. The construction sector accounted for 6 of Maine's 19 fatal work injuries. 8 workers, 55 years old and over, died in 2024. Their full report is available on our website, foxbangor.com. In other news, a 4th person is now in custody in connection with a drug investigation in Herman. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office initially arrested 3 people Wednesday after executing a search warrant at a home on Croghan Road. Investigators say they seized more than a pound of meth, crack cocaine, and fentanyl. Following additional testing, they confirmed the presence of both methamphetamine and cocaine. They say that's what led them back to the residence where they arrested 74-year-old Sherry Clucky. 3 of the 4 people arrested appeared in court Friday afternoon to face charges.
We won't be taking a plea from you today because you're entitled to have the case presented to the grand jury, and it's only if the grand jury indicts you that we would then take a plea.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office says the case is still open with the possibility of more charges or arrests. In other news, the U.S. Department of Justice is investigating California and Maine for the state's practices surrounding the housing of men with female inmates in its prisons. For Maine, it's the Correctional Center down in Windham. That's in the spotlight. Specifically, the DOJ says they are investigating allegations that a biological male inmate was allowed to remain housed with women despite complaints that the male inmate had assaulted or harassed female inmates. U.S. Attorney for the District of Maine, Andrew Benson, said in part, quote, the U.S. Attorney's Office is committed to protecting the civil rights of all Maine citizens, no matter where they live, and will work with our colleagues in the Civil Rights Division to ensure that this vulnerable population is protected from harm while housed in state custody, end quote. In other news, over 3,000 protests were held across the country today for what is being called a No Kinks National Day of Nonviolent Action. That includes here in the city of Bangor. Thousands lined the streets from the Paul Bunyan statue to West Market Square to voice disapproval of President Trump's administration. The protest was organized by Indivisible Bangor.
It's pretty encouraging, and it's also powerful. We've had a lot of frustration with this current administration, so seeing a lot of people here who feel the same way, it means a lot.
Bangor's protest was one of dozens across the state. Others included Orono, Calais, Monroe, Dexter, Deer Isle, and more. And one of those locations included Maine's biggest city. A No Kings protest was held at Monument Square in Portland today. Their protest also included a march through the Old Port. Organizers say they voice opposition to the war in Iran, ICE, and the ongoing DHS shutdown. Well, rising oil prices tied to the ongoing war in Iran is impacting communities here in Maine, especially as towns prepare for a paving season. Our Alexa Kennedy has a story.
Rising oil prices driven by the conflict in Iran are increasing asphalt costs in Maine, threatening to reduce paving projects and strain municipal budgets. Pain at the pump has been one of the most immediate economic impacts of the conflict, as crude oil prices have surged due to supply disruptions and cuts from major Middle East producers. According to an Associated Press report, Brent crude oil topped $108 per barrel, while U.S. crude neared $98. AP says those rising oil prices are driving up asphalt costs. Maine DOT data shows prices have already increased, and officials say they're closely monitoring trends to assess impacts on project budgets. In Bangor, Public Works Director David Telon says the city is feeling the strain.
Rising fuel costs are obviously impacting activities. They're not slowing us down or stopping us, but they're impacting the budget.
The city is preparing to send paving projects out to bid, but uncertainty remains. Telon says cost increases could vary greatly, but it's too soon to be sure.
We could see a wide swing in the cost of those materials. Till we get that, we really can't analyze it.
That could mean fewer roads get paved this year.
If we have 10 miles worth of paving on there, it'll impact us to reduce the amount of miles we're going to be able to pave this year.
He says with winter damage already taking a toll, delays could have lasting effects.
The condition of our roads coming out of winter especially are in pretty poor condition right now. Potholes opening every day.
Telon warns falling behind now could create bigger problems later.
If we slack off, that means more will need to be done next year, and we'll have to increase our budget to get ahead of it again.
State officials say safeguards like asphalt price adjustments are in place. But if oil prices remain high, both state and local governments may need more funding to keep roads in good condition. In Bangor, Alexa Kennedy, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A bond package of over $200 million has passed the legislature's Appropriations Committee. Legislative leaders say the money will be invested in Maine's future, and Maine voters might get the final say. Our Callie Warren explains.
This includes everything from housing production to infrastructure to clean water to transportation, rural economy, higher education.
A funding package of $207.5 million has advanced in the legislature, bringing Mainers one step closer to being able to vote on what legislative leaders say are essential funding bonds.
I mean, the reason I'm so passionate about bonds is because it doesn't reach into people's wallets in that way. It takes it, the burden away from people's property taxes or income taxes.
The package includes $65 million in funding for transportation maintenance and upgrades. $45 million is set aside for agriculture, conservation, and forestry to support Maine farmers and foresters. $15 million is allocated to resiliency infrastructure and culverts to reduce storm damage. $20 million is set to fund rural affordable housing and mobile home development, while another $20 million goes to residential sewer and water. $20 million will support the expansion of wastewater treatment systems to protect public health and clean water. The package also sends $18.5 million to the University of Maine system to remove underutilized buildings and invest in campus infrastructure. Additionally, $4 million is allocated to court system infrastructure in the Newport region, something that Newport legislator and lawyer Kenneth Fredette has been consistently advocating for.
And a lot of people just in this part of the state are not comfortable driving to Bangor, going into the big city, so to speak. So, for those people that need emergency protection orders, divorces, all that stuff, it's really critical to them.
The proposal is expected to go in front of the legislature next week. If passed by a 2/3 majority, it will go before Maine voters as a statewide referendum in November, with each funding measure to be voted on separately.
The Maine taxpayers can decide as an entire state what we want to go out and bond and invest on.
Callie Warren reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A routine select board election in Clifton has turned into a multi-day affair after 2 absentee ballots were discovered outside of the ballot box. Earlier this week, Cynthia Grant was announced to have won by just one vote. The thin margin then faced questioning Friday night after 2 additional absentee ballots were discovered in a folder uncounted. Those votes were challenged by a Clifton resident because, according to town attorney Stephen Wagner, the absentee ballots were picked up by a candidate or a member of a candidate's immediate family.
The 2 ballots were picked up by a candidate who is the father and husband of the 2 people that voted. We're going to move forward.
Those ballots went unaccounted because of that challenge, and that candidate could be held criminally liable. The election results announced earlier this week will remain valid until or if the Maine Supreme Judicial Court says otherwise. Bath Iron Works and union members have approved a new contract. According to a BIW spokesperson, union members from the Marine Draftsmen Association voted to ratify the tentative agreement this morning at Brunswick High School. The new 4-year contract goes into effect immediately. This comes after hundreds of union members went on strike this past Monday. All right, folks, let's turn things over to Chase Ropanak, who's in now with the first look at our forecast. Chase?
Thank you very much. Temperatures a bit cooler today, looking at right around 30 here in the Bangor region. You saw that in Bar Harbor as well. 28 in Rockland, but a few areas above freezing. Sanford at 35, same for Freiburg today as well. But you were below freezing as you head further up north. 27 in Millinocket, 23 in Greenville, and right around 25 for Holton and Presque Isle this afternoon. For tonight, we can see a few flurries go on by, but not much is going to fall. Much of us will stay dry throughout tonight. As we head into tomorrow, a little bit more cloud cover again. We'll have some peaks of sunshine here in Bangor, and yes, it looks like it's going to snow again, but it's still plenty of dry air at the surface, so those snowflakes that do fall will not be reaching the surface. They'll be evaporating before they do so. So taking a look throughout tonight, still have plenty of dry air in the area, a few clouds, otherwise lows falling down into the mid to upper teens for tonight.
Good to know, Chase. Thank you for that report. We'll see you later on the broadcast. Folks, we'll have more local news after the break. Stay right here.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome!
I like it. I love it.
Now, from the longest-lasting brand, you could get a $279 a month lease on a fuel-sipping all-wheel drive Camry Hybrid with a total contract cost of $14,764.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ready to create your backyard oasis? Alexander's Professional Landscaping will work with you to create your perfect outdoor space. Work one-on-one with our landscape designer to create a unique garden to fit your family's personal aesthetics and lifestyle. Have our pros install your new lawn, garden, or patio. Schedule a consultation today by calling 573-4497. Alexander's Professional Landscaping, the way landscaping should be.
John Brown first opened his own appliance store in Ellsworth in 1976. With his gift of storytelling, a strong work ethic, and a philosophy of putting others first, John and his wife and children saw the business prosper and grow. Today's 3rd and 4th generation of family and their entire team continue to follow the example set by their grandparents and parents. Brown Appliance and Mattress, High Street, Ellsworth, a family tradition of quality, value, and customer service that always puts you first.
Large drip for Will? Yep. Yeah, that's me. Me.
There's no shortage of Wills out there. You need a Will to walk your dog? There's like 4 in your area.
Will. Hey, Will.
Want a Will who writes wills? You're gonna be fine. But if you want a Will who'll give you a free lesson in sign language from the open cockpit of a land rocket, well, there's only one Will like that. You want to catch willpower? Welcome to the fastest racing on Earth.
Diabetes isn't a death sentence, but it is absolutely a life sentence, and you have to figure out how you're going to keep your kid alive. So when you find somebody from the government that's on your side, and it happens to be Susan Collins at the same time, that was just magnificent. After the meeting in Portland for my wife and son, my wife came back. She was 10 feet tall. She'd felt seen, she felt heard, and she felt like we had a powerful advocate on our side. No, it was a big step towards healing. Thank you, Senator Collins. Please continue delivering for T1 families.
Need a safe and caring place for your loved one during the day? At the Merchant Center Adult Day program, we provide a supportive environment where adults can enjoy companionship, engaging activities, and personalized care in a setting that feels like home. Our experienced staff is committed to meeting each person's unique needs while promoting independence, dignity, and overall well-being. Families can feel confident knowing their loved ones are in compassionate, capable hands.
Spring forward into a new Kia with Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Darling's Kia. Step into a new Kia K4 for only $199 a month, or load up the family in an all-new 8-passenger Kia Carnival for just $399 a month, loaded with tech and heated seats. Plus, every new Kia comes with our 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. Spring forward with #1 Darling's Kia. The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. You'll do better at Darling's.
Hank's Husqvarna is your trusted full-line Husqvarna dealer, offering you everything you need for your outdoor projects. From high-performance lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers to chainsaws, trimmers, battery-powered and powerful snowblowers, we have just what you need. Every piece of equipment is fully set up, serviced, and ready for use by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or new equipment sales, make your way to Hank's Husqvarna in Carmel or Newport.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. $43 million in new funding is available to support the installation of heat pump water heaters here in Maine. The funding is through a multi-state initiative supported by a federal grant to rapidly increase the adoption of heat pump technology across the region. Incentives funded by the program are now available for eligible households through Efficiency Maine rebates of over $1,000. The rebate is provided as an instant discount on heat pump water heater purchases at participating Maine distributors and retailers. A press release from the governor's office says water heating accounts for about 18% of a home's energy use, making it the second largest energy expense for most households after heating. A bill aiming to lower the cost of insulin was introduced down in Washington earlier this week. The Improving Needed Safeguards for Users of Life-Saving Insulin Now Act would cap the cost of insulin at $35 per month for Americans on private and employer insurance and create a pilot program to provide insulin at the same cost to Americans without insurance. It would also establish an insulin resource center for people with diabetes who are uninsured. The bipartisan piece of legislation was introduced by Senator Susan Collins alongside other lawmakers. A link to the complete text of the bill can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. And due to the partial government shutdown, TSA and Coast Guard employees have not received paychecks since February 14th. The community of Trenton is stepping in to ease the burden. Today, WDEA radio host Chris Popper broadcasted live from Edwards Brothers Supermarket in Trenton to help raise awareness and make a difference. Folks at the supermarket could donate gift cards of up to $20 in value or donate cash to be turned into gift cards. TSA agents are not allowed to accept gift cards of over $20 or any amount in cash. These donations support 7 TSA agents in Trenton, 50 in Bangor, and 90 Coast Guard members.
Listen, people in Maine are so incredibly generous. I have said for 20 plus years, Mainers take care of Mainers and those they love. And it is never more evident in something like this today.
Between the Edwards Brothers fundraiser and other donations accepted across Hancock County, Popper says over $2,000 was raised. If you want to support your local TSA agents, he advises you can leave donations at your local airport. All right, folks, after the break, the weekend review. What stories made the list? Find out next.
Fox Sports is the new home of MotoGP. MotoGP from Texas, Sunday on Fox.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event with the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Come home to the kitchen of your dreams. At Atlantic Designs, we redefine kitchen spaces, turning your dreams into reality. Our experienced designers ensure you get a stunning new kitchen while bringing function and style to every corner. Whether you're on a tight budget or ready to splurge, we've got the perfect plan for you. Your dream kitchen is closer than you think. So contact Atlantic Designs today and start the process. Your dream kitchen awaits with the kitchen people at Atlantic Designs.
Looking for a welcoming place where quality and care meet? Come to the Cheese House in Fairfield, your local shop for premium herbs, wellness products, and friendly guidance. Whether you're curious or experienced, our knowledgeable team takes the time to help you find exactly what works for you with respect and no judgment. Visit us today at 5 Pike Drive, the Cheese House. Quality, community, care. We're here for you.
Bring your new kitchen to life with help from the Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division by Hammond Lumber Company. Bring in your ideas or get inspired by Hammond's extensive showroom displays. Your Hammond sales rep will help you create a materials list and cost estimate, and Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And Hammond delivers from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Your new kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event with the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back and welcome into our weekend show segment, The Weekend Review. Where each Saturday and Sunday, we take suggestions to stories here at ABC7 and Fox 22, ranging from breaking news to feel-good features that stood out to you during our weekday and air them in its entirety. First, June primaries are approaching. With multiple candidates chasing Maine's gubernatorial seat, a debate Tuesday night let Republican hopefuls make their voices heard on a variety of issues. Here's some of what we heard from their opening statements.
I believe that I am the candidate of choice and that I absolutely can win this primary and that we as a Republican Party can win the general election.
I'm going to be reporting to you. I've never run as a clean elections candidate, always a traditional candidate as a legislator, and I've been a senator 4 times and I've been a representative twice. One of the things I've focused on in my entire career that's made me really one of the most successful operators in the industry that I work in is my ability to work with people.
You know, I'm a guy that started from scratch. I'm the guy that, you know, when I got out of high school, started my own company. But I am a true conservative. I am the only Trump guy in the race.
Look up Owen online and what it means warrior. And while I might seem nice and I might seem kind, I have fought for everything that I've ever gotten.
I never expected to run for governor, never thought of it. And at the end of the day, I looked around and I thought, oh my God, the state I came back to is not the state that I left. And I realized I've got the tools. I've managed billions of dollars. I have been a crime fighter all my life.
So the fact that I'm a convert on the policies that have made Donald Trump effective and still have chosen other Republicans in other primaries over the years, I think it's the perfect combination to win this general election.
So when you're elected governor, the person that you're lobbying for is for the state of Maine, and I've always taken that responsibility very seriously. I've always advocated for the Maine taxpayer, and I'll continue to do that as governor.
Next, within the past 5 or so years, technological advancements in electric vehicles have surged. As the war in Iran continues to cause gas prices to rise, is the interest in switching to an EV rising alongside it? Well, earlier this week, I spoke with some people about that. Here's that story. Gas prices rise again. According to a AAA report, the average price for a regular gallon of gas here in Maine sits at $3.83, nearly $1 higher than it was just last month. So that begs the question, is it better for your wallet to be driving a gas-powered car or an electric vehicle?
You can save about $5,000 a year on maintenance alone.
Stephen St. Peter Jr. is a local EV advocate.
Some people charge at home and they have a garage. They can plug right in at night and they can just charge overnight.
In Maine, there are 2 common kinds of chargers.
Level 2, which according to Efficiency Maine, is a charging speed of 25 to 80 miles added per hour it's being charged. Level 3, also known as a DC fast charger, can add 200 to over 1,000 miles per charging hour.
In Maine, the average is maybe around 35 cents per kilowatt hour, all the way up to like 65 cents per kilowatt hour.
Electric vehicles cost a few $1,000s more upfront, but cost owners less down the road, equivalent to around $70 per month on gas.
I think it's after 4 years or 5 years or so it breaks even.
Nationally, interest in EVs has grown in recent weeks. Edmunds, an American online car resource, reported an over 22% increase in its vehicle research activity. And locally,
the last couple of days we've sold quite a few. Obviously gas is up a little bit. Not sure if that's why they're buying them. A lot of people buy it because it's better for the environment.
Quirk argues if there are more charging stations, there'd be more EV sales.
It's the infrastructure, and it is growing. It'd be nice if it grew a little faster.
According to the Efficiency Maine March 2026 progress report, there are currently just under 1,600 charging ports at 659 locations in Maine, with dozens more still to come.
Recharge Maine, the statewide initiative, has issued 8 additional rounds of funding for public EV chargers.
Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News. And finally, after 38 years in the newspaper industry, Amy Calder, a staff writer and columnist at the Morning Sentinel and Kennebec Journal, is retiring. Our Jody Hersey sat down with her to talk about the changes she's seen in the business and what she'll miss the most.
Amy Calder has been telling stories for nearly 4 decades. She's covered breaking news, local government, and things happening in and around central Maine since she was hired as a correspondent for the Morning Sentinel back in 1988.
I would ram the roads of Summit County getting all kinds of news, even up in Jackman. Of course, we didn't have cell phones in those days. So if you needed to call an editor, your only choice was to go to somebody's house, knock on the door and say, "Hey, I'm Amy Calder from the Morning Sentinel. Could I use your telephone?"
In 1989, she was hired full-time as a staff writer.
And I started on a little computer about the size of maybe a iPad that you could only see 3 lines of type. So you had to remember what you wrote before, and you just kept going, and then you had to plug it into the wall and send it down to the editors.
Amy also covered the filming of the HBO movie Empire Falls when it took over the town of Skowhegan back in 2003. She even played an extra in the movie.
I got to really basically cover it every day here.
Amy's co-worker, Karen Hamill, has been at the Morning Sentinel for Amy's entire career.
I love where I work. Amy has been a huge part of that. I have complete respect for her in everything she does.
In 2023, Amy used her columns to publish a book called Comfort is an Old Barn. Amy's last day with the paper will be March 25th, which also happens to be her 70th birthday.
I love it. I love working with people. I love telling stories. I love getting involved in people's lives and just understanding why they're the way they are. I am going to miss this tremendously.
In Waterville, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And as the Weekend Review segment continues, we'd like you at home to be a part of it. Didn't see a story you thought should have been included? Well, then email us throughout the week at weekendreview@wvii.com with what stories during the past week made an impact or stood out to you. Tune in again tomorrow night here on Fox 22 News at 10 for a new slate of local stories. All right, folks, Chase Ropenak is in next with our full 5-day forecast.
A small chance for flurries out there tonight, otherwise staying dry, but better chances for more rain and snow as we head late into tomorrow night into your Monday morning. And the weather pattern looks to stay active. We'll be riding the spring roller coaster as temperatures go up and down. We'll have more for you coming right up.
Find your perfect getaway game plan at Quirk Hyundai in Bangor. Kona handles with precision on the road. Lease for only $296 per month. Or go for the shutout on interest with 0% financing on Tucson. It's your Hyundai. Find it at Quirk.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
Unwind with a massage. Let me take away the stress of everyday life and allow you to fully relax. I offer Swedish, deep tissue, and prenatal massage. Healing Strength Massage in Bangor is your place for relaxing therapeutic massage.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
There's a lot to love at the all-new Quirk Subaru in Bangor. Lease 2026 Crosstrek for $299 per month, or save $3,500 on the Subaru Forester. New building, better deals. It's your Subaru. Find it at Quirk, Hogan Road, Bangor.
The biblical 3-week event continues with the next epic story.
You won't be the one to judge me in the end.
The Faithful Women of the Bible continues this Sunday on Fox.
Thank you very much. A bit cooler today. Our temperatures about 14 degrees below average, hanging out near 30 here in Bangor for today. Same for Bar Harbor, some upper 20s in Rockland for today, but a few of us above freezing. Lewiston at 33. We saw Sanford and Freiburg at 35 for today. As you head further north, temperatures a bit on the cooler side, hanging out in the 20s for Millinocket, Greenville, Holton, and Presque Isle, mainly right around those mid to upper 20s for today. So for tonight, yes, it's showing us in the 20s here in Bangor, but I believe we'll get a little bit more clearer skies than the models imagine, and that's going to help us fall down to near 17 for tonight. Pretty close to what Monson, Millinocket, and Clayton Lake will be seeing out there, but you can stay warmer along your coastline with some mid to upper 20s hanging around Portland into Deer Isle for tonight. Now into tomorrow, we're going to be warmer than we were for today, about 10 to 12 degrees more. We're going to look at right around the low 40s here in Bangor. Could stay in the 30s as you head further north into Monson, Millinocket, and of course Caribou and Clayton Lake. You'll be hanging out near freezing for tomorrow, with temperatures slightly warmer as you head down to the southwest. Would not be surprised if a few mid-40s make it down there for tomorrow. So they'll be closer to average, or average right around 44 now. We're going to be just a few degrees below that, but jumping up for your Monday into the mid-50s. A quick fall with some rain showers for your Tuesday that comes with a low pressure system, and we'll see the warm surge of air before the cold front hits Wednesday. So highs expected to be near 57 very early on, and then you'll see the falling temperatures with the cold front. You'll feel the effects Thursday, Friday, and the Saturday. As the weather quiets down, we'll see upper 30s and low to mid 40s for those highs, getting closer to average again. So winds for tonight are going to lighten up a little bit, and as we head into tomorrow, a breeze from the southwest is going to help us warm up near 40 for tomorrow. Mainly gusts near 20. Some gusts can reach near 25 miles per hour, and the winds look to lighten up heading back into your Sunday nights, leading into your Monday. But that's when the weather gets a little bit more active. Maybe a few flurries tonight, otherwise staying dry as we head into tomorrow. Expect partly cloudy skies. It looks mostly cloudy here, but a lot of dry air still at the surface, so that'll break the clouds apart. Any precipitation that does want to fall will evaporate before it does so. But as we get into Sunday night into your Monday morning especially, here's 5:30 in the morning, better chance for some rain and snow mix here, especially in the Bangor region, and that does reach all the way up to Presque Isle. Now, going into your Monday afternoon, now this does show some showers in the area. I do expect to stay dry, mainly the central and northern portion of the state. Up north, you're still going to have a chance for a few showers Monday afternoon, but this is where we're going to warm up into the mid-50s, and we'll feel some more showers and cooler air on the way for your Monday night. Coolness off for your Tuesday. So for tonight, lows in the mid to upper teens, partly cloudy out there. A few flurries are possible early on, otherwise staying dry throughout the rest of the night. Into tomorrow, highs in the low 40s. We're going to keep the partly cloudy skies in place, and maybe a few more clouds further north. Otherwise, winds from the southwest gusting near 20 miles per hour, helping us warm up into those low 40s. And we're going to keep the warm temperatures going into your Monday with partly cloudy skies. Maybe a few showers early on, but we'll still warm up. Looking at Tuesday, though, cooling back down to the upper 30s with rain showers in the region. Now, Wednesday, we have a pretty tricky day. You can see highs reaching the mid to upper 50s very early on with some rain showers and falling temperatures throughout the day. Then the high pressure fills in Thursday, sunshine, and highs back in the low 40s.
It's good to know, Chase. Thank you for that report. Folks, sports is next with Max Sturm, so stay right here. We'll be right back.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor and are now under new management with a new chef and a completely redesigned menu. Come grab a drink and enjoy a meal with us. Fans, food, fun. Seasons.
Space for just in case. Lease a new 2026 Sportage LX front-wheel drive for $249 a month.
Your call is important to us.
You've heard this before, too many times. Tired of being customer 45978? Yeah, we would be too. Speed means fast uploads, no lag, and zero buffering. But it also means calling you back, showing up on time, and treating you like a person, not a problem. So whether you're working, streaming, gaming, or all three, it is time to make the switch to a provider that actually tries. Go NetSpeed. Service isn't dead. It just moved local. Detour?
Yeah.
Lease a new 2026 Seltos LX front-wheel drive for $229 a month.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor and are now under new management with a new chef and a completely redesigned menu. Come grab a drink and enjoy a meal with us. Fans, food, fun. Seasons.
We have a game-changing twist. Whoever wins the most duels will have their turf frozen.
People are going to get rewarded for being aggressive.
The Floor premieres April 8th on Fox.
Welcome back in, folks. On Friday night, Piscataquis Community High School held an Athletes Honors Night to celebrate the school's athletic accomplishments. I made the trip to Guilford to cover the story.
That's just great because it builds culture around here. It shows that, people care about you and it pushes you to work harder.
Friday night was a special one for Piscataquis Community High School and the Pirates, who celebrated the accomplishments of teams and athletes both current and past with the raising of all new banners in the gymnasium. The school's athletic director, Tom Pansiera, says many of these accomplishments get overlooked and that they all deserve recognition.
Just to have these guys come back and recognize them, and we had so much awesome stuff happen this year so far, so just threw it all together in one night.
It didn't take long for the tears to start flowing as Pansiera, who is also the track and field coach, presented senior Ava Golette with a banner for her 2024 Class C state title and shared a special moment together on the floor.
I will always be grateful that I had the opportunity to be coached by him, he's definitely the highlight of my athletic career here.
She's a special kid. I got a lot of them. I've coached for a lot of years, I'm just real proud of her.
Next up was wrestling. 4 100-time winners were honored by the Pirates on Friday. Among them is senior Brady Ball, who says it was a surreal feeling knowing his name will hang in the rafters.
Considering, there's only 6 people that have ever done it, around there at least, I'm not sure the exact number, it was awesome. I just feel, special getting my name on the wall.
One of the more recent accomplishments achieved in a Pirates uniform comes from Brady Gaw, who this past season added his name to the list of 1,000-point scorers. And now the banner reflects that.
It's great. I come to these games every single night, and I see all those names. I want my name up there. So all the nights coming in here that's what I was chasing.
Chloe Kimball is one of the former Pirates athletes recognized on Friday, as she and the rest of the 2025 girls tennis team were honored for their North Regional Championship.
Very cool. A lot of our athletics were a very small school, so any recognition towards anything that we do is great.
Lastly, the boys soccer team was commended for their 2025 undefeated 8-person state championship. Unfortunately, their banner did not arrive in time, but instead, each player was presented with their championship jackets, a gold ball replica, and a championship ring.
When I lift up the jacket, it's wow. But it was just a great feeling seeing that.
It'll be a night none of these athletes or coaches will ever forget. In Guilford, Max Sturm, ABC 7 in Fox 22 Sports. Really cool event out there at PCHS. Now bringing it back close to home in Orono, the Maine hockey team has lost another key player to pro hockey. Earlier this week, the Black Bears lost Josh Nadeau and Frank Jurasevich to the AHL. And on Friday evening, news broke that Thomas Friel will also be leaving as he has signed with the ECHL to join the Iowa Heartlanders, who are an affiliate of the Minnesota Wild. During his career at Maine, Friel tallied 23 goals and 46 assists for a total of 69 points. On top of that, he scored 12 power play goals and was the team captain for the Black Bears in 2025. The Black Bears will surely spend this offseason looking to find players to fill the holes left by the recent departures. Now, we've covered the Husson University men's lacrosse team a whole lot over the last couple of weeks, but the women's team is doing just as well and finally had a home game on Saturday versus Thomas. The Eagles look to improve to 5-2 on the season in their first conference game of 2026, and they get it going right out of the gate. Gracie Gardner finds Layla Martinez, and she nets it to put Husson on the board. Then Gardner drives to the net, lays one low, but it's stopped by Bristol Stein. What a save by the goaltender, but it wasn't long before Husson got back on the board. This time, Kate Bumkey, tough angle, still gets it to go, and Husson kept pouring it on, and the Eagles' all-time goal leader Avery Baker cashes in for her first goal of the day, and that's just one quarter. Second quarter now, Madison Lower on the free position shot, gets it to go. She had 3 on the day. Thomas would get a couple more goals to fall in this game, including this one from Isabella Pelletier, but Avery Baker nets her second of 5 total goals, and the Eagles soar to a 16-6 victory. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
At Pat's Pizza in Hamden, every day is delicious. Tuesday, pasta specials and cheesy breadsticks. Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, just $9.50. Thursday, hoagies and fries. Fridays, fish and fries. And Saturday, pizza and a fountain soda. Dine in, only $9.
When I was 29, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I think part of research and advocating for more money for cancer research allows survivors to have more time. Senator Collins supports and advocates for more funding for cancer research so that people can have better treatments, they can have better outcomes, and therefore they can live better lives as cancer survivors. Thank you, Senator Collins. Continue fighting for our families.
Need a safe and caring place for your loved one during the day? At the Merchant Center Adult Day program, we provide a supportive environment where adults can enjoy companionship, engaging activities, and personalized care in a setting that feels like home. Our experienced staff is committed to meeting each person's unique needs while promoting independence, dignity, and overall well-being. Families can feel confident knowing their loved ones are in compassionate, capable hands.
At the County Federal Credit Union, we value the trust our members place in us to act in their best interest. Whether it's providing low rates on consumer loans or raising money to end hunger, we work hard to serve our members and the communities in which they live. We are excited to bring the meaningful and impactful work we do to all Mainers as we continue to grow. Wherever you are in life's journey, count on the county to be your financial partner.
It's back, Bangor! The Greater Bangor Area Music Showcase returns with the fan favorite music off-Broadway. Join Roger George and his talented musicians for an unforgettable show, all to support Rotary's work in our local community. Saturday, April 11th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, April 12th at 3 p.m. Getting your tickets is easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen. Bring your friends, bring your family, and enjoy a show that makes a difference. Don't miss it.
At Pat's Pizza in Hamden, every day is delicious. Tuesday, pasta specials and cheesy breadsticks. Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, just $9.50. Thursday, hoagies and fries. Fridays, fish and fries. And Saturday, pizza and a fountain soda. Dine in, only $9.
We have a game-changing twist. Whoever wins the most duels will have their turf frozen.
People are going to get rewarded for being aggressive.
The Floor premieres April 8th on Fox.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. While it might sound like a small change, sleeping for 11 minutes more each night may significantly reduce the risk of a heart attack. According to a new study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology, on top of longer sleep, 4.5 minutes more of brisk walking and eating an extra 50 grams of veggies per day have also been found to lower a person's risk of having a heart attack and stroke by roughly 10%. Good to know there. And finally here tonight, with inflation on the rise, affording meals can be tough on Mainers and their families. Bangor area radio stations spent their Saturday stepping in to help. Radio show hosts from Q106.5, Z107.3, and 95.7 I-95 Rocks were at the Brewer Hannaford collecting boxes of pasta, pasta sauce, and cash donations. It's part of their annual Ton of Pasta event, where they attempt to collect 1 ton of pasta for local food pantries.
We do not care if you can donate $1, 1 box. It's so helpful because you don't know if it's your neighbor that needs it, co-worker, somebody might need it that you know, and it's so important to help everybody out there.
Sproul estimates the food drive brought in enough pasta to feed over 4,000 Mainers. If you missed the event but still want to help hungry Mainers in your community, Sproul encourages you to donate to your local food pantry. And that is all we have for tonight. I'm Doug Banks, and from everyone here at Fox 22 News at 10, thank you for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Hopefully you are too. Until then, take care. Good night.
How many times has something broke down, but the right size tool is nowhere to be found? What you need is Red Dog, the amazing universal socket tool that fits, grips, and tightens virtually any fastener. And now may be your last chance to get one before they're gone. Look at all the different sizes and shapes, nuts, bolts, and screws. Any head will do. Red Dog grabs on tight and locks into place fast. It replaces hundreds of different tools, yet it's smaller than a battery. 54 telescoping steel pins mold around any object. Then, up to 150 pounds of torque knock out rusted fasteners. Attach the deluxe drill adapter and drive screws into concrete with ease. Don't let a stubborn project ruin your day. Red Dog grabs on tight. Plus, it tackles odd jobs with precision and speed. No more heavy toolboxes or guessing which size to use. With Red Dog, you'll never search or guess which tool to use again. Look, you could use a ton of different tools for this project, but we did it fast and easy with just one Red Dog. Amazing! You could spend over $100 for a socket set, or you can get the incredible Red Dog for just $19.99. But wait, there's breaking news. Red Dog may be discontinued. Due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, Red Dog is stopping manufacturing immediately. There's a strict limit of 3 per order while supplies last. You still have time to get your very own Red Dog, but you must act fast. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. The amazing Red Dog. Order now.
Call 1-800-709-0494. That's 1-800-709-0494. Or visit byreddog.com. So call 1-800-709-0494. Order now.
The game of survival is in your hands.
Let's go! Oh my God.
I should have applied for the floor.
Extracted, all new Mondays on Fox. You're watching Fox 22 Bangor.